Hello there. Welcome. How we all doing this fine evening? Hi, I'm Chef Jay Tay. Happy to see all of you back. Welcome in, Will. Hello, Muskeg. Hi, Soph. Welcome, John Ray. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone else there. My screen has figured out what type of screen it is, and it's back to being small font again. The monitor that I have set up for chat, which is basically just above the camera, that my main camera there, is approaching ancient. Like, does not have HDMI. HDMI is not 1080p. It has 1080p, but it's not like rated 1080. Like, and so it's old enough that half of the time when this computer boots, it puts it at like 640 by 480. The other times it puts it, I think, at 1024. Or maybe even 1152. I don't know. But it has recognized that it is actually a decent monitor and has upped the resolution again, and so chat is smaller again. Which I don't know if I like or not, but I'm sort of shooting for a text on there now that switches back between the two. Oh, hey! And the GoPro's working tonight, too. How we all doing tonight? Happy Wednesday to you. I held a last-minute 24-hour vote on the ingredient challenge because I was lazy and didn't make a proper vote this week. And chat voted for blue cheese over cornflakes. What is your issue today, camera? I think... yeah. We'll fix that. Give me one moment here. Okay. Cool. Hey, Sniper. Why is this out? Coffee. I almost got the St. Auger. But sadly, St. Auger isn't really good for anything other than like a cheese platter. It's pretty awesome for a cheese platter. But I went with primarily Roquefort instead. I like Maytag. I like the one that I bought today, which is the local one, the Point Reyes. And I like St. Auger. But like I said, St. Auger is mostly just like, I'm going to put this on a cracker or on toast point or something like that. Because St. Auger, it's also a great one to pull out if you want to gross out people that are squeamish about blue cheese. because it has like straight up like caverns eaten out of it. You know, it's like Swiss cheese but with the funk. And they're all crystally and crunchy at the same time while being in the middle of a like questionably like double cream textured cheese otherwise. Oh, it will. You haven't had blue cheese until you've had that. I just realized my lights aren't on. Glad I bothered to close the bathroom door. Stream is properly recording. That was a strange zoom on my ponytail there, camera. Hey, El Capitano. Welcome in. Welcome in. Doing all sorts of blue cheese tonight. I don't know if I planned very well, though, because I'm probably going to have to use the oven quite a bit tonight. Steak and gorgonzola? Blue cheese 2 streams in a row? I like the start to this song. Birds are getting feisty over the feeder tonight. It's the last of the food in the feeder. And it's dusk when they're all thrown after the last bit for the evening. I just watched a video about... Was it... Now I have to look it up. Bangladeshi style, Detroit style pizza. There was a New York Times video that came out today or yesterday about it, which it seemed the main claim to fame of the place was their Naga pizza, which is basically them putting really, really hot peppers on their pizza. So that doesn't necessarily excite me too much. The one that was less mentioned but was more interesting to me was the dried fish paste based pizza. You know, instead of like anchovies or would definitely give it a heavy umami flavor. And let's be honest, most seafood pizzas suck. I'm sorry, white clam lovers. Like, high heat is not the way to treat seafood. And as a dried paste or as a cured paste, I think that's probably about the best way you get if you want to put seafood on a pizza. Is that agreement from chat, or have I just scared away all of the seafood fans at this point? I guess I should cover that I have changed my ads. I figure that much of you looking at my chat right now, I see nothing but Twitch logos going down my chat right now. That means to me either you're turbo or you're subscribed, and so I'm switching to 90 seconds every 15 minutes. I appreciate you all joining in with me tonight. Cheers. All right, where do we go from here? What am I making tonight? Salad is going to be last thing. I guess we could actually start in with dessert. I guess we can start in with dessert. I almost feel like that might be enough, but we're going to use a little more. Hi, Skeleton. Welcome, Nan Reader. I have 2 types of blue cheese tonight. I have Point Reyes, and I have generic crumbled, I think it's labeled Gorgonzola. Yeah. This is labeled as Gorgonzola. It's not overly Gorgonzola-y. There's a little dirt or something on there, but... And then the real good stuff. Hey, Charlie. I'm softening up some cream cheese. Straight out of the fridge, so it's got a little resistance to it. We're going to loosen it up. We're going to add some flavors. We're going to do powdered sugar. Dairy. Not really making a cheesecake tonight. I mean, especially with not this small amount of cream cheese. But it is sort of like a cheesecake dessert. keep thinking that's a screw off top and it's a cork. Some booze. Just a little booze in with our cream cheese. I should point out this is getting baked, so it's likely going to lose much of that alcohol content. We're after the flavor anyways. And I'm just going to mix this now until it's smooth, and actually giving this a moment for the cream cheese to soften up might be the better play. We'll let that sit for a moment. We'll switch over to something that everyone hates. No one can stand on my stream. It's always a struggle having this. You never want my bacon. Peppery stuff. It's like I peppered it. Pepper. Pepper. It's just like a mound of pepper. Let's see here. How many pieces of bacon do I need for this project? I think that's probably good. I just realized that I haven't defrosted my chicken. Oops. Speaking of blasphemy. Yep, those got frozen. Alright, they're in with water. Best I can do in forgetful notice. Alright, bacon going in the oven. It's done, not done preheating, but that doesn't matter. Hi, Blake. I'm going to slice myself some triangles of blue cheese here. And these are going to go on the dessert if I can keep them together. They're already falling apart, so they probably won't stay together nicely. It is gumming up the knife too much too quickly. I am doing chicken hindquarters with blue cheese as sort of like a stuffed. You'll see as it goes along with that. I'm just serving that with roast taters and canned green beans. It gives the green beans some flavor, not just straight canned green beans. Then I'm also going to be doing, for dessert, I'm going to be doing a cheesecake-ish tart. And then I'm also going to be doing a simple salad to start things off using the remaining iceberg I have in the fridge, along with I have blue cheese, I have apple, I have honey mustard dressing, and we're cooking bacon. Steak and blue cheese pizza night on Friday. Now this is warmed up a little bit. Let's see if this combines a little bit better. Cream cheese was still a little cold and still sitting here being a little lumpy rather than mixing in nicely with everything. This is a combination of cream cheese, powdered sugar, bourbon, and what else did I throw in there? Dairy. A little cream or a little half and half in my case to loosen it up a little bit. Could maybe even use a little more of that, but I think it's mostly we need to let that cream cheese come to room temp. We get to wait on the chicken to finish the frosting. What do we want to do in the meantime here? Those are set. That's ready to go as soon as I toss them and go in. Don't really want to prep salad yet. I guess we're waiting on bacon. How's everyone else's Wednesday been? I've been doing pretty good. I've had a rough couple of days. Today I've been doing pretty good, but I've had a rough couple of days leading up today with, like I said, I haven't been sleeping well. I just haven't been firing all cylinders, haven't been getting things done. I woke up today, got laundry going, it just reminded me I need to get drying going. And yeah, productive day overall. Yesterday and today were the most productive days you've had since... That's awesome. Well, it's not awesome that it's... I'm glad you're having a productive day. Yeah, that's right. You said you were coming back from the lake. I didn't really mention much to that, but day at the lake sounds fun. I think productivity is optional. Yeah, I realized yesterday I forgot about a website that I should probably check and see if that needs updating. It's been a minute. That's oven coming up to 400 degrees. Book publishing. Now that's getting stuff done. Thank you, Penta. getting the marketing to work now. Yeah, that's a tough, like, yeah. How many tens of thousands of views are you getting in order to get our ads on your website? Like, you guys want to advertise, don't you? Like, what are these hurdles? And then when they do that, they want, like, root access to your domain. Like, why don't you sign up your domain through us while we're talking about it? Which is actually a problem for a lot of small businesses. Like, I've been going to the supermarket a little bit more often lately because they started accepting my credit card. I, for the longest time, have only had an Amex card. I now have another card, but for the longest time, I basically only had an Amex. I had an emergency option, but and this place would not accept Amex. And, like, I was not going to go and get a separate card just to shop there because they weren't going to have Amex. Now they've updated to the modern age and can accept cell phone payments and stuff like that. And so I've been shopping there now that I can use my Amex there. But I suspect they, along with a lot of other businesses, are likely in debt to the bank, or at least, you know, they have to be talking with the bank if they want to do things. And I have a feeling that for a long time here, banks have required people that have loans owe them money to use their credit services, which in turn have horrible margins typically. And so it's sort of like, we're going to give you money to start up your business, but you got to use our credit processing, and we take 6% instead of 2%. Oh, you still got to pay the loan back to us. And then in the restaurant world, that's after you've signed a loan that for the next 5 years that for your real estate, you've signed a mortgage or you've signed a lease that you'll be lucky to pay off in those 5 years. When I was starting my business, I sat down at a bank and saw what it would take in order to get them to, you know, like, they signed me up for, I got rid of all of it, but they signed me up for a bank account, a safe deposit box, a card, and they wanted me using their processing. And then they didn't even give me the loan. They tried to push me off into a third party, and I canceled all of it. Just silliness. We're waiting on our bacon because we can't make our tart without the bacon being done. Get another 3 minutes until our first check on our bacon. Get another pan and parchment out here. Oh yes, loan, like, well, especially today, if you can afford to do it. No, but like, when I graduated college, they were like, you should keep like 20%. You should be floating a little bit in order to extend your reach. Not with this market. It's our timer on our bacon. I want to leave it in there while I finish closing the puff pastry up, because I want to keep the rest of this puff pastry nice. I didn't realize they were like this. I didn't remember these as being like this. I don't remember them being... I remember these being sheets. So I guess we gotta let that warm up a bit. Ah, that's a bummer. Happened here in California. apparently 2 kids in, sounds like it's the South Bay, southern part of San Francisco. They, underage teens drinking, so that wasn't exactly a great plan to begin with, but apparently they decided to go out on a Waymo and point toy guns at people. And it did not go well for them. Not smart. If they were like kids, like minus the alcohol, it might be like, yeah, they were playing games with a gun. No, they were like 15-year-olds shooting Orbeez out while drinking. Bacon. I forgot the bacon. I forgot the bacon. That looks like some tasty bacon. Bacon. Uh-oh. In a surprise win during a recent taste test, the Seattle dog has been named the country's best hot dog by the New York Times, with Jose Andres. Competitors included a classic New York style, a Chicago dog, a Detroit coney, the West Virginia slaw dog, the Kansas City Reuben, a Sonoran dog, and the Cincinnati cheese coney. You shouldn't be concerned much at all about the difference, because largely there is no difference. The cured meats are using pink salt, which also known as Prague powder. This stuff is toxic. You don't want to get it in your food, but you can use it to cure your food. And that's what people are worried about. They don't want that in their system. The problem with the uncured ones is you'll look at their ingredients, and if you find one of those without this, that's amazing, but every single one of them is going to have celery salt in it. Because it does almost the exact same thing, and it's just naturally in there. Alright, I'm just forcing it open. It wasn't really ready, temperature-wise, to be unfolded, but we're covering it up mostly anyway, so not the end of the world. Alright, we're making dessert now. I need a couple strips of bacon. Alright, so we start off by taking our whiskey cream cheese mixture and spreading that over the top here, over most of this. If you don't quite get to the corners, that's fine. And it's better that you leave it a little bit thick than you get it perfectly all across it. You want a little variety. You want it to be a little uneven. It's going to give it some character and, I don't know, help you choose where you can add other things later on. And so then we'll go in with our bacon. What I'll say was I was going to put in this when I wrote it this afternoon. Let's see in Discord. What did I write in sub chat? Bourbon, blue cheese, bacon, and walnut tart. Yep, we got that. Cool. So go in with our walnuts here next. This is almost like making a dessert pizza, but with puff pastry. And then we layer our blue cheese crumbles over the top. And then to reinforce this whole thing is sweet. I mean, we've already got the powdered sugar in with the cream cheese. But I think just to take it a touch further, we'll do a drizzle of maple on this too. That should make the Canadians happy. Wow, that pepper's got a kick to it. We'll go ahead and throw that in there at 400 degrees. We should get our chicken in. Oh, chicken isn't defrosted yet. Well, it's mildly defrosted. Actually, it's defrosted. We're good. We're good. I think I'm done with that coffee tonight. Salt and pepper. 20-minute timer. That said, I don't know that I've had a Seattle dog. What's on a Seattle dog? So it's a hot dog with onions, jalapenos, and cream cheese. I'm fat enough without cream cheese on my hot dogs. That said, I don't even see the cream cheese on that hot dog on the photo. Is it like a white squiggle on there? Yeah, it's like a white squiggle. It's not a lot of cream cheese. Of course, the one they show in the photo has some sort of hot sauce or maybe even a slight bit of ketchup on top of it. Oh, it's in video too. Does mean that I missed the video because I'm apparently not following Wirecutter. I need to chop up. Do I have a shallot over here? I used all of it, didn't I? Yep. Okay. I guess I'm not putting those with it. If I had shallot, I would have chopped up some shallot. I don't have any fresh garlic either right now. Either one of those would be good additions in with the green beans. I bought a case of green beans at the warehouse store, so you can expect to see a bit more green beans in the stream. Because I got 12 cans to use. Bought more corn, too. Like, I complained about how long corn stayed here, and I was using up the last of the corn. Yeah, I bought another case. Those both sort of fell under the... Yeah, if it's in the house, I'll eat it, and it's healthier for me. So we should buy that rather than something worse for me. That said, my real problem is I just eat too much, period. Like, I think I eat relatively okay, good to bad, but yeah, just too much. Oh, I see Scramble is listening to me talk about corn. I'm liking the pepper on this. I wasn't planning on chewing on the last of this bacon, but the heat off of the peppers got me hooked. Good stuff. That said, I have a feeling that that's not how they normally cook their bacon with pepper, because every other package in there probably had half or less as much peppercorn on it. So this is just going to be a one-time it's good thing, I think. That or they put a ton of pepper on it for like one customer that comes in normally, and I stole their package. Sure, you could. I would most certainly use half and half myself. I rarely, unless I'm going to use like a whole container of heavy cream, I typically never buy whole cream. I just already have half and half in here, and I'm realizing I have to remind the bot that there's a scramble game in the description. It keeps talking about the words people have entered into the scramble as what we're talking about, rather than... I tweaked with the analysis stuff. The post-stream analysis of the last two streams has been quite hilarious and quite off, and I'm hoping that it's a little bit better tonight. Hope. You okay there, camera? I think I'm going to take a 5-minute breather here. Oh. Well, thunder's fun and exciting. Unless you're a dog. I'm going to take a 5-minute breather here. We're waiting on stuff in the oven. And, yeah. It's hot in here. I want to open the window. So, I will see all of you folks here in 5.
If you're a student, a mother active in club work, a man who brings work home from the office, this was made for you. The Remington Office Writer, a new kind of portable designed to give you the extra features you need. King-size carriage, so long it can handle a sheet of school notebook paper lengthwise. Look, the Office Writer types nearly the full 11-inch length of the paper, the only portable that can. The Office Writer types up to 10 carbons, so that even the very last copy is easy to read. Cut clear, clean stencils unlike any ordinary portable. See the exciting new Remington Office Writer at your dealers. The price only $149.50, carrying case at slight additional cost. Available after a small down payment for only $1.50 a week. Terms payable monthly, including taxes and a small carrying charge. Wow.
Say, you gals think you're lucky you can get Swanson TV turkey dinners, but I say Swanson TV turkey dinners are a bigger break for husbands. Now, you take me. I can be early, I can be late, I can bring pals to dinner anytime I please, and get this, my wife never panics. She just takes Swanson TV turkey dinners from the freezing compartment of our refrigerator when I'm a little off schedule.
Oh, and right you are, Jack. And that is because Mary Lou knows that she can have a swell dinner ready in just 25 minutes.
Right.
And talk about easy. Well, she just pops Swanson TV turkey dinners in a hot oven. You know, they're oven ready in individual heat and serve trays. With Swanson TV turkey dinners, you just heat and you serve big and hearty slices of moist, tender Swanson turkey with grand giblet gravy and special cornbread dressing and fluffy whipped sweet potatoes with golden Swanson butter and garden fresh peas with more butter.
Mother Murphy, lucky me. My wife uses Swanson TV turkey dinners. And make your husband lucky, too. Get Swanson TV turkey dinners, Swanson TV fried chicken dinners, Swanson TV beef dinners from your grocer's big freezer.
Now, at your favorite grocery store, the most amazing food wrap ever developed, Saran Wrap.
Have you tried Saran Wrap? It really is amazing. Saran Wrap is crystal clear plastic. It keeps everything you wrap in plain sight. And look, Saran Wrap clings like magic. It makes a neat package of anything you wrap, without strings or tape or rubber bands. Food stay fresh far longer and tastes better, too, because the flavor is locked in. Now you can prepare sandwiches for picnics and lunch boxes ahead of time and be sure they'll stay fresh and tasty. You see, Saran Wrap is a wonderful time saver as well as a food saver. Prove it in your own kitchen. Buy a roll of Saran Wrap today and you won't be without it again.
Get Saran Wrap at your grocer's. Saran Wrap is a product of the Dow Chemical Company.
When you have a Labatt's, you have an adventure. Canadian Light, that's Labatt's. It's a great new taste in beer. Enjoy import quality at USA prices. Have an adventure. Have a Labatt's.
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. You think that'll do it? That's fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts, and they are colossal. Now, I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy-style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
I'm a guitar and I have strings. I like to play while someone sings. Hi, gang. Do you recognize this mouse guitar? It's just like the one the Mouseketeers gave me. And now Mattel Toy Makers, the people who made my mouse guitar...
Okay, I'm back. And just in time. Where'd you go, music? Get back here. The dessert is served after it cools down for 30 to 45 minutes. Slowly falling. It's sort of interesting trying to watch it from the vertical as it sort of collapses, but we still need to. We need you for another. Oh, that's what I'm smelling. It's like, what am I smelling that's like burning? Why am I getting that smell? I didn't know where the heck it was. At first I had assumed that like some of the cheese had dribbled off and was doing its thing, or maybe it was a little of the maple was off to the side, and there is a little bit of browning to the sides there where it got a little bit of heat, but not the smell that I'm getting. And then I realized just now as I was getting this new pan, oh yeah, the chicken is on top of the rack pan, which is full of all sorts of oils and yeah. And so that's putting off all sorts of smoke and stuff probably right now into the house. All sorts of loveliness. Thank you for the follow if I didn't say that earlier. Appreciate that. We're going to make some taters here next. We'll let this set off of the side and cool it down. So, cooking oil. Give them a roll in the oil first. Make sure they all get nice and glossy. Oops. Bumped the mic there. Salt. And we're keeping things... I think we're going to keep things pretty simple with these tonight. We're just going to do that. We're going to do a little garlic. And... I don't know if I want to do anything else. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Gonna go ahead and throw these in there. Love the puff we got on that puff pastry, though. Wish I hadn't gone as close to the edge as I did. Even seeing a little browning on some of that cheese. That's awesome. I'm not loving all of the foam that I got on that. I'm not sure where all the foam came from. I realize I'm looking at something that you're not able to see. Just... where's all the foam from? This wasn't... This isn't a Ferran Adria creation. There wasn't supposed to be foam. Some of it would be from butter, but this is a... I doubt they're actually using butter in this puff pastry. In fact, I strongly doubt that they are, since it's Pepperidge Farm. Yep, vegetable oil. Brain needs oxygen, I'm yawning. Nice. Probably smells good outside, too. Like that after rain smell. There's actually a word for that, too. It's like an actual thing. But that after rain smell is some good stuff. Or fresh rain. Yes, petrichor. Sounds like it's a dinosaur or something. But no, it's just smell. I wonder if it's something from the blue cheese that's giving us the foam. I'm realizing now that the foam is in places where the blue cheese was. Get in there. I guess we should probably get going with our next thing to throw in the oven. It's not the only puff pastry I'm using tonight. Interesting. This bag was cut open before I even cut into it. Before I even got it. By design. I was planning on doing 2 of these, but I guess we'll do 3 since I forgot I've got potatoes in here too. Three pans in there at once. What else are we putting together for... Let's chop our salad up. Why not? Well, we're early for that, too. I guess there's a lot of hurry up and wait with tonight's dinner. We got a pretty dessert here chilling. We got more puff pastry in the oven. We got chicken in the oven. We got potatoes in the oven. We got bacon out of the oven. Let's open up our can of green beans. Actually gonna rinse them off with a little bit of fresh water. That's our timer for our chicken. Almost can't tell that this is here with the new fridge. It's the same color. Okay, chicken's good. We're gonna let that rest. The foam is staying around too. It isn't like it was this there when it was cooking. It's still there. What's everyone's thoughts on the ads every 15 minutes? Is it too much? Should I maybe just not do the summary every 15 minutes? He says while sniffling. My nose is all... ugh. been wondering if I caught something here these last couple of days. Like I said, I haven't been sleeping all that well. Headaches, just feeling icky, and my sinuses have been a little messed up, and I don't know if it's maybe allergies or if it's... I didn't set a new timer. I needed to set a new timer. Oh no, that's too long of a timer. Let's try that. I appreciate the kind words, but... yeah, and then again, why am I even bringing it up? It's life. It doesn't get easier. No, it's also a question of if those are viewers that I even really... like, there seems to be this overwhelming feeling with streaming and streamers feeling that... And Twitch pushes it, obviously, so that's part of it, but people feel like viewer counts are all that matters when, like, I'd much rather viewers that care about being here. Like, I could care less for the hate viewers I get, the people that want to sit in here and troll me. And so, I'm sort of coming to the mentality of, at this point, you know, I'm not getting money out of this. Like, Twitch Turbo is not that expensive. Alright, let's pull our chicken over here and strip it from the bone. I've talked before about how Minecraft is changing too quickly for me. In that, like, they keep adding stuff, and with me having other things to do with my life, I don't have enough time to keep updating a world to do all this stuff. Well, they've gone and announced that they're now going to have cushions. So they've introduced a half slab or a quarter slab with so many things that you can do with it. It's almost disgusting. And so, like, I would want to rebuild half a dozen things that I've already built now when this thing comes out. And I've already haven't built the stuff for the copper golems, and I haven't, like, it's got to be amazing for the kids that have the time to devote time to it, but it just keeps changing. It's a lot of fun, but it is a time sink. I mean, it's obvious that Microsoft, with its changes, is trying to eliminate a little bit of that. But yeah, it's largely just a time sink. It's an enjoyable one that's pretty. I guess you could say that about all games, though. My brain sort of goes that way with a lot of games. We're gonna give this a slight chop up here after ripping it off of the bone. Now, see, that's one the interesting one for me. I never played The Sims. At the same time, I don't have a clue how many hours I have played in SimCity, SimCity 2000. I just never did the Sims. I suspect it's more because the Sims were more when I was high school, college-esque, and wasn't what I was really into at that age. Hey, Mimic. It might have been also peak EQ addiction, too. We're going to take up all of our chicken here. Add it to a bowl. Actually, we'll get rid of our cutting board. We'll keep crispy skin. Come on, open. I both love and hate these containers. They seal, but then you pull off the edge and it can... Yeah, so we'll... So a little blue cheese. To go with our little blue cheese. What the heck I do with it? Oh, it's all the way back there. How'd you get back of the refrigerator so quick? Ah, yes, I'm sure that's right, bot. Peak viewers 1. You know, I'm going to take allergy pill. Oh, I guess I have those in the bathroom right now. Why didn't y'all tell me I had poofy hair? Welcome back, Sniper Angel. I mean, I know it's all falling out and hardly shows up on camera, but it's a little better now. Haven't had one of these apples before. It's another variety I haven't had before. Though I admit I'm not the out there buying apples every week. This is an envy apple. I make the assumption that it's a newer apple because it costs me more. But it's new and it's different to me, so. I almost threw that in with the chicken. I mean, it wouldn't have been the end of the world if I threw the apple in with the chicken, but it wasn't its intended location. Interesting. I would consider it... Well, maybe I have another bite here first. Surprisingly low on the tart level. Not very sweet either. I wonder if it's just a bad apple. Yeah, not a ton of flavor to those. Not overly exciting. I would say it's refreshing. It's got that very cooling apple flavor to it. But yeah, not really sweet or tart. Nice and crisp, good texture. Actually, really nice texture for eating. I would not consider it grainy at all. But at the same time, we'll add in a little bacon. Galas seem to be everywhere, and they don't seem to excite me either. I almost bought a pink lady today. They had pink ladies in there. But oh, that didn't spread very well. I bought these purely because I haven't seen these in a store in ages. Well, that's the timer on their taters. It's the tater timer. No. Green beans on the stove. Salt. Pepper. MSG. Garlic. Sniffle, sniffle. Sniffle, sniffle. There we have dinner for blue cheese night. We have roast chicken and gorgonzola vol au vent. We have roast taters. We have quick sauteed green beans with garlic. We have our cream cheese tart, or our cheesecake tart with cream cheese, blue cheese, bacon, and walnuts sweetened on top of puff pastry. And lastly, we have a quick, simple salad of honey mustard iceberg, bacon, and blue cheese. And thus concludes my evening for tonight. Alright, folks, I don't think I'm going to raid out tonight. I shall be back here on Friday. We have had it tempting all of you in chat all night long. I will be doing steak and gorgonzola pizza on Friday. That is the plans. I hope you come back to join me for that. I'm certain it is going to be delicious. I wish you all a wonderful finish to your week. I hope to have a new vote up here soon in the Discord. I hope to not leave it till the last day this week. Though I'm debating whether I want to skip a week. Because I need to do stuff on this computer. I need to set up vertical video for this. Yada, yada, yada. We'll leave it up in the air for right now. But there's a possibility that next week, Monday, Wednesday, may be disrupted. We'll see. Depends on how I feel about it as we get into the weekend here. I wish you all a great finish to your week. I think I already said that. I hope you come back to join me for steak and gorgonzola pizza. And until then, have a great, wonderful night. Good night.